Gentle music or nature sounds fade in softly. Welcome to Earthy Remedy, the podcast where simple herbs and natural remedies meet real-life wellness. I'm Sam Nong Bradley, your host and wellness guide. Together, we'll explore how everyday plants can support your health, your energy, and your natural beauty in practical, down-to-earth ways. Stay with me until the end of the episode for today's simple, powerful recipe.
The research shows that small rituals and simple botanicals can change how you feel day to day. Today, we'll keep it practical and evidence-aware.
If you've been fighting foggy focus, feel like your circulation could use a gentle boost, or you're noticing thinning or dull hair, rosemary might be a helpful, low-effort option. Today, we're talking about rosemary, one kitchen herb that may support alertness, promote comfortable circulation, and give your scalp a little nourishing attention. Stay with me all the way to the end because I'll walk you through a step-by-step rosemary memory tea and a nourishing rosemary scalp rinse you can make tonight.
Now, let's quickly cover what rosemary actually is so you know what you're working with.
Rosemary is an aromatic evergreen shrub in the mint family, with narrow, needle-like leaves and small blue flowers. You'll find it as fresh sprigs in the grocery store, dried leaves in jars, and concentrated as an essential oil. For the uses we'll focus on today, teas and scalp rinses, we use the fresh or dried leaves and avoid ingesting essential oils. Think culinary amounts for drinking and modest topical infusions for the scalp.
From a biochemical perspective, rosemary contains small amounts of compounds like rosmarinic acid and volatile aromatics. These contribute to its scent, and they're part of why people describe rosemary as stimulating or clarifying. That said, most benefits come from culinary-style infusions and aroma rather than high-dose extracts.
Let's move into the practical heart of the episode, the key benefits people seek with rosemary, explained clearly and cautiously.
Benefit 1, mental clarity and mild cognitive support. Rosemary's sharp, resinous aroma can feel mentally clarifying. Many people find that a short morning ritual with rosemary tea or a quick aroma inhalation helps them feel more alert and ready to focus. The ritual itself, the act of making tea, pausing to breathe the steam, also signals the brain to shift into concentration mode. So, rosemary may support focus through aroma and ritual.
Let me clarify. The evidence on rosemary and memory is modest and often points to short-term improvements in alertness or perceived concentration when people are exposed to its scent. It's reasonable to think of rosemary as a gentle, supportive tool rather than a medical treatment.
Benefit 2, circulation and digestion. Traditionally, rosemary is described as warming and carminative. That means it's been used to support comfortable digestion after heavy meals and to encourage healthy circulation in a gentle way. Many people find a warm rosemary infusion settles mild post-meal fullness and gives a subtle warming sensation that feels supporting.
Benefit 3, hair and scalp health. Rosemary has a long tradition in topical hair care. Rinses and infusions applied to the scalp can be soothing, reduce the appearance of scalp dryness, and leave hair looking shiny. The act of massaging a rosemary rinse into the scalp also increases local circulation for a short time, and that circulation supports a healthy scalp environment.
A quick safety note here. If you have known sensitivity to plants in the mint family or a history of allergic skin reactions, test a small patch of the diluted rinse on your inner forearm before using it widely on the scalp.
Before the recipe, a few quick everyday ways to use rosemary so you can imagine where these rituals fit in your week.
Sip a small cup of rosemary tea in the morning when you need a focus boost or after a heavy meal to support digestion. Take a few mindful breaths over a steaming cup for an instant aroma ritual. Use a cooled rosemary infusion as a gentle scalp rinse once or twice a week. And of course, add fresh rosemary to cooking. It's both flavor and subtle medicine.
Okay, now, as promised, let's get into the step-by-step recipes so you can actually use rosemary in your own life. This is the part you stayed for. Recipe name, Rosemary Memory Tea, and Nourishing Rosemary Scalp Rinse.
First,
The ingredients. For the Rosemary Memory Tea, you'll need 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried rosemary leaves, or 1 small fresh sprig per cup. 1 cup, about 240 milliliters, hot water, just off the boil. Optional, a slice of lemon or a teaspoon of honey to taste. For the nourishing scalp rinse, you'll need 2 to 3 tablespoons of dried rosemary leaves, or a generous handful of fresh sprigs. 2 cups, about 480 milliliters, water. A large heat-safe pot or saucepan. A bowl for cooling. And a clean spray bottle or jar for storage.
Equipment: a mug, a small teapot or heat-safe cup, a fine strainer or cheesecloth, measuring spoons, and for the scalp rinse, a strainer and a spray bottle if you want to apply it easily in the shower.
Step by step. Rosemary Memory Tea. Step 1. Place 1 to 2 teaspoons dried rosemary, or 1 fresh sprig, into your mug or teapot. Step 2. Pour 1 cup of hot, just off the boil, water over the rosemary. Step 3. Cover and let steep for 5 to 10 minutes. A shorter steep gives a lighter flavor. 10 minutes brings a deeper aroma and a richer cup. Step 4. Strain the leaves, add a slice of lemon or a little honey if you like, and sip slowly. For a focus ritual, inhale the steam deeply before your first sip, and take 3 mindful, even breaths between sips. Aim to drink it about 20 to 60 minutes before you need sustained focus. Now, the nourishing rosemary scalp rinse. Step 1. In a small saucepan, combine 2 cups of water with 2 to 3 tablespoons dried rosemary or a handful of fresh sprigs. Step 2. Bring to a gentle simmer, then lower heat and let simmer for 10 to 15 minutes so the water extracts the aroma and color. Step 3. Turn off the heat and let the infusion cool until it's warm or room temperature. Step 4. Strain out the plant material into a clean bowl. Step 5. If the infusion is strong, dilute with an equal part of cool water. You want it comfortable and not hot. Step 6. In the shower after shampooing, pour or spray the warm infusion over your scalp and gently massage it in for 1 to 2 minutes. Leave it on for a minute or 2, then rinse lightly or leave a small amount in for conditioning. Pat your hair dry gently and style as usual.
If you prefer, make a larger batch. For example, double the scalp rinse recipe and store it in a sealed bottle in the refrigerator for up to 5 days. Warm gently before use or use at room temperature.
How often to use these? Taste and body matter. For many people, drinking rosemary tea a few times per week or on mornings when you need a focus ritual works well. The scalp rinse is typically used 1 to 2 times per week for most hair types. Start slowly and notice how your body and hair respond.
Variations and swaps. Combine rosemary with lemon balm or a little lavender if you want a calmer evening blend. For a brighter, wakeful cup, add a small amount of peppermint or lemon peel. For the scalp rinse, a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar diluted into the cooled infusion can add extra shine if your hair tolerates it.
A few safety notes. Herbs are powerful. If you're allergic to plants in the mint, Lamiaceae family, avoid rosemary. Do not ingest rosemary essential oil. It's highly concentrated and not suitable for household dosing. If you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or taking blood pressure or blood thinning medications, check with your healthcare provider before using rosemary regularly. For topical use, always patch test a small area first.
Storage and sourcing tips. Buy organic where possible, or wash fresh sprigs well. Dried rosemary keeps for many months in a tight jar away from light. If you grow rosemary on your windowsill, harvest a few sprigs as needed. Fresh leaves give a bright aroma and are perfect for both tea and rinses. Quick recap. Rosemary is an aromatic herb you can use as a simple memory tea to support alertness and a nourishing scalp rinse to support scalp health and shine. Use culinary amounts, follow the step-by-step instructions I shared, and always note how your body responds. If you enjoyed this episode and want more simple herbal remedies for health and beauty, follow Earthy Remedy on Instagram and Facebook. Try the recipe this week. Snap a photo of your rosemary ritual and tag @EarthyRemedyPod so we can see and answer your questions. Share this episode with someone who could use a little plant-powered calm and focus. Gentle music or nature sounds fade in softly. Thank you for spending this time with me. May these simple rosemary rituals bring more clarity and radiance into your life. Listen to your body. Trust the earth. Feel the difference.
We're grateful you spent this time exploring simple, natural ways to care for your health and beauty. Follow Earthy Remedy, rate and review the podcast, and share this episode with someone looking for gentle, earth-based support. Take good care, and we'll see you next time.
Music swells gently, then fades out.